This is day 117 of trying to get to 2000 ELO on chess.com. Currently, I'm rated 1772 and I'm versing someone rated 1869. And I'm playing the ready opening. So I'll just develop my bishop and then push e3, develop my other bishop, and then push eventually d4. My opponent has copied me, so that's kind of, I don't really like that because later in the game I'll probably have to end up just taking his bishop when they see each other. And even now, I'm not sure if I should take with the knight or with the pawn. Maybe I'll just take with the knight. And then just castle kingside, and then I might move my knight back. I'm also kind of thinking of quickly putting my bishop here to be on this diagonal, and then moving my knight this way. Which is kind of different, but I have to be careful because his bishop is still here. So if he were to move his knight somewhere, then obviously I can't move my knight. But he decides to move his queen, so I'm going to redevelop my knight now so that my bishop is here, and then I'll develop my other knight and then push c4 is a strong move now, because I can't allow this pawn to be on c2 because it's very weak here. So that's the only way to make it not weak, is just to push it. So I'll just push c4, and then probably just moving my rook to c1. Maybe my opponent decides to move his knight into the position, so it's kind of threatening to go to d3, and I'll have to take a moment to think because I'm not sure how to stop that. Yeah, I'm actually going to undevelop my knight, because I don't want his knight to jump here. And the idea is just to go here to stop him from going to d3, then to push a3, and then I'll move my knight back somewhere. Maybe I'll put it on maybe I'll put it on d3. I think that looks like kind of a good move, just kind of occupying some of these squares, and then I obviously have to move my rook to the center. He's now challenging my light squared bishop. I could take, but I think an even better move would just be to probably either moving my rook or pushing this pawn. I'm not sure. Pushing this pawn looks really nice, but maybe I should just move my rook first. So it's obviously on this diagonal, and if he were to take, then I think taking with the queen is a good move. And then obviously there might be bishop takes knight, and then moving my knight into the position. He first decides to go here. So I think I'll just take that. He can't take this pawn yet because obviously my knight's defending. So obviously pushing this pawn looks like a very strong move. So I'm just gonna push the pawn, rook here, and then I'll have to move my queen. I'll have to move my queen back one square. And then maybe I'm kind of thinking of just taking the knight. There might be some taking the knight and then moving my knight into positioning, and then he has to move his bishop back, and then this pawn is kind of weak. If I can move this rook to d1, it looks like he's trying to kind of threaten mate here. That's not really I'm not really worried about that. I'll go here. And then I might have to push f3 to stop any type of mating threats. Okay, so obviously he's threatening mate. So I could actually push e4, but I don't. That looks too risky. It looks like there might be some type of. It looks unsafe. So I'm just going to push f3, disconnecting the queen from seeing the g2 square, also allowing the queen to see the g2 square. And then my next move is to take the knight. Bishop takes, and then knight attacks bishop, but also attacks this pawn. So that's what I'm threatening. It looks like maybe moving his rook to the center might be a good move, but he decides to push this pawn. So without really even thinking, I'm just gonna take his knights and then obviously attack his bishop. I guess he can't go here because his rook is hanging, so he has to I'm not even sure what he can play. He decides to move his rook. I could take this. I could even try attacking his rook. If I were to attack his rook, I'm not even sure where he would go. I'm going to take a moment to think though. Okay, I'm going to attack his rook. I was also kind of looking at maybe taking this, attacking his queen, but this obviously, look at his rook is just placed in such a terrible spot, and then obviously he sacrifices. I'll take, and then he decides to go here. It's kind of interesting. The queens are on the same diagonal. If his queen wasn't defended by his pawn, then I could just give him this check, but I can't right now because it's defended. I'll take this, attacking his queen, and then just also getting my rooks into better positioning. I'm up by a lot of material, so I think. Okay, he decides to sacrifice his queen. Very interesting. I guess he's able to do that. I will take. It looks like he's going to take this. I'm up by 4 points of material. Now I will take this pawn, and then obviously I have these pawns going down the board. Never mind. I'll just push the pawn. I don't want him to take another pawn. I just want my this pawn to be closer down the board, and then I'm kind of thinking of probably moving my queen. I need to defend this pawn, and then I need to move my knight into better positioning. Maybe first attacking his rook would be a very strong move. Right now he's threatening to take this, so obviously I'll just quickly move my king. And then I think moving my okay, he decides to move his rook. So yeah, I'm going to move my. I don't want him to go here, threatening to take the. Oh wait, his bishop's hanging. Okay, his first. I didn't see that his bishop was hanging. Until the last second. I'm in check. I'll move my king, and then I'll probably just have to. I'm gonna move my knight because I don't really like how it's in front of the pawn, and I'll just let him. He can't take this pawn actually because my queen defends. I'll just keep. I don't know why he hasn't resigned. He just continues playing. That's great. When your opponents just continue playing. So yeah, basically I'll just push this pawn, promote to a queen. My opponent just doesn't resign. I guess I'll just have to continue playing. It's kind of annoying because you never want to stalemate the game, so you always want it to be checks. Okay, that's mate. I played with an 85.1% accuracy. My opponent played with the 74.1% accuracy. Some of you may be wondering why I didn't take this, and that's because I didn't see it. I just kind of saw that the rook was weirdly placed and just instantly just pushed the pawn, but obviously that's just a free piece. It's kind of interesting though, if I were to take and then he goes here, I'm not really sure what I could. Oh, it wants me to sacrifice my queen? Really? Sacrifice my queen, but how do I. Oh, and then take again. Okay. I did not see that. That it is kind of tricky though, because that's something that you have to consider. Even if I did see this, I would have to consider this move. And then I would just have to sacrifice my queen basically. So yeah, kind of interesting. My rating is now 1782, percentile 98.9%, and a high of 1964. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.